Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the second ever episode of Tank Tuesday, where I am going to focus more on my aquarium and aquarium keeping in general. And then on Wednesdays and Saturdays, we'll still have our regular fishing videos. So 1 month ago, well actually I set this aquarium up 6 weeks ago, but 1 month ago the video released. This is my 10-gallon Florida Native Aquarium. And if you watch that video, you'll notice that it has changed a lot since then. So I'd like to first briefly go over the changes that it had, and then we're going to add the fish that just got delivered today. So first up, I originally planted a bunch of Bacopa caroleana in the back, but over the next week or 10 days, most of it died off. All the leaves kind of turned brown and mushy, which I thought might have just been like melt, which should have been expected, but the stems also turned mushy. And just when I was doing some water changes, the pressure of just me dumping some water into the aquarium caused the tops of the stems to break away from the bottoms of the stems. So I ended up throwing most of that out. I was able to salvage 2 of the stems. You can kind of see them in the middle back a little bit toward the left. They're kind of on the bottom because what I did is I guess propagated them. I kind of just cut the tips off some of the nicer ones, planted them into the bottom, and they've been doing pretty well since then. That was now about a month ago. They're growing rather slowly, but they are growing. They've doubled or tripled in length since then, and they're producing new leaves. So unfortunately, most of the stems are gone, but I still got a couple. And as they get a little bit taller, I might try to propagate them a bit more, cut the stems a little bit, and then plant them so we can get a couple more of them. But that's that. In the background, they've been replaced by the plant that has taken off the best in this aquarium, Mayaca fluvulatus or something like that. That is the main plant you see there in the background that looks a little fuzzy and fluffy. That plant has done really, really well. I planted that now about 5 weeks ago, and it might have, I don't even know, quadrupled or quintupled or maybe even more than that in volume. It has just grown really, really well, really, really fast, and it is filling in the background really nicely, which is what I wanted. Eventually I want you to not be able to see the background at all, so I'm hoping to get some really good plant growth from all the plants in here, just so they cover up the background so you can't even see how deep it is. But that plant is growing really, really, really well. The other plant that I had in here from the start, you can see it over on the left, it's the dwarf chainsword. I have 2 of those plants. The original leaves, most of them went brown and died off. There's still a few of those like taller original leaves left, but you can see they are getting a little brown. But from their base, they are producing some really nice, really strong new leaves. So they're a little tough to see because they're kind of right behind the driftwood. As they get taller, you'll be able to see them a little bit better. But one of them is producing a bunch of leaves really, really well. The second one, not as well, but it's still producing some what looked like really healthy, really strong leaves. So the original leaves that it came with, those might die off, all of them. But it looks like it's growing well. It's producing some new leaves really well. And then the 4th plant that I added that one really recently, maybe about 3 weeks ago or so. It's the pearlweed. So again, tough to see because it's kind of behind the driftwood. It's over on the left side of the tank. It is behind the dwarf chainsword, but in front of the sponge filter and in front of the Mayaca fluvi whatever. It's kind of growing okay. None of it has died off, which is great. It is just not growing as fast as like that background plant, the Mayaca. But it's still growing pretty well, so I'm excited for that one. Mainly I want the dwarf chainsword and the pearlweed, which I planted both in front of the sponge filter to kind of grow in pretty tall and thick. So eventually, just like you can't see the background because of the Mayaca, you won't be able to really see much of the sponge filter because of those plants. So as far as the plants go, I'm pretty happy. I'd give them kind of all combined like a 4 out of 5 stars. Of course, they could have grown better. The Bacopa could have done a little bit better, but overall, I am very happy with how they're growing in. A couple more months, and this should look really, really good. The goal here was to have this be like a really wild jungle-like aquarium, just like really thick vegetation where, like I said, you can't see the background, can't see the sponge filter. And as these plants grow in, I think that's going to happen, and they're going to look really, really nice. So that's the goal as far as the plants go. As far as the animals go, about a month ago now, I added 8 grass shrimp or ghost shrimp. Not sure what you call them, but they're both the same species. Just a very boring species of freshwater shrimp, but they are native to Florida, which is the goal for all the livestock in this tank. All the plants and all the animals are going to be native to Florida. So I put 8 of them in there. I lost 4 of them within the first 3 days, and I'm not sure why. The water parameters seem to be good, so I don't know if they were just like bad from the pet store or what happened to them, but the other 4 that survived the initial stocking have done really well. They've molted a couple times. You can see one of them right now under that little opening in the driftwood on the left. The other ones are probably hiding somewhere in the back. They just kind of swim around and float around all day, grazing on algae and whatnot. So those are pretty cool. And then what I also noticed, and you're not going to be able to see this on camera, but about 2 weeks ago, I noticed just a couple like really, really tiny, like less than 1 millimeter long, little, look like bugs. I believe those are going to be copepods. So I'm actually really happy with that because I want this to be a very natural, very wild-like aquarium. I don't want it to be pristine and sterile, but I don't know where they came from. My guess is they came in on the aquarium plants, and originally there were maybe like 6 or a dozen of them in here, and then over the month and a half now, they've just kind of multiplied, and now there's thousands of them. So they're all over the back glass, the side glasses, they're all over the sponge filter, the driftwood, the substrate, they are everywhere. So once I stock the fish should kind of naturally start picking off some of those, but I do hope that there could be a sustaining population of the copepods in here. So most people don't like all these like hitchhikers and bugs in their aquarium, but I'm actually really happy about them. So that's it for the state of the tank right now. Earlier today, probably about 30 minutes ago, I had my the fish I ordered delivered. So we're going to put in some bluefin killifish and least killifish in here. Alright, so first up we're going to add the bluefin killifish. They've been kind of acclimating in a little tub next to the aquarium. There is one of them. They're a little bit bigger than I thought they were going to be. But let's get the other ones out. Alrighty, so there is all the bluefin killifish. They're not looking great right now. Hopefully, they pick up a little bit and thrive. I ordered 2 males and 3 females. They sent a total of 6. So haven't really looked at the male-female ratio yet, but it was nice of them to send 1 extra in case one of them goes. I guess we'll still be all right. Hopefully they start swimming here quickly. Looks like a few of them are over there in the back already checking out their new environment. And then a few of them are here in the front not doing as well, but let's hope they pick up. And then let's get these least killifish in the tank. Alright, so that's going to do it. I ordered 6 unsexed least killifish, so I wasn't sure what I was going to get. They were nice enough to send 8 of them. So again, if a couple go here, I'll still have the same amount in the tank that I originally wanted. So that was very nice. Originally I was going to try to collect all these fish myself in the wild, but I don't have a dip net. I've never caught a least killifish on hook and line. I probably could have caught some bluefin killifish on hook and line. But I just think that would have been too difficult. I would have had to go out and buy a dip net. Would have had to spend a lot of time and money on gas traveling to find all these places where I might or might not find these fish species. So at the end I just figured it was easier to buy them. Ended up ordering them from Quinn's Fins. They are based somewhere in like Central Florida, and I selected the pickup option. So I was going to go drive up there and pick them up, but I guess they were actually nice enough. One of the employees there was nice enough to deliver them to me. So I did get free delivery on all these fish, so that was really nice of them. Assuming these guys do well here, I would definitely love to buy some more fish from them in the future. But for now, I am very happy with these. I wanted an aquarium like this for a really long time. And it's not perfect, but it's getting there. Fish look to be swimming around a little bit better than they were. The shrimp are probably all confused because they had this nice tank to themselves for the last month plus. Now they got all these newcomers. But I am very excited about this. The fish did come a little bit lighter color than I was expecting. Even the male bluefins, they don't really have blue fins yet. So hopefully the dark substrate and then some good feeding over the next couple of weeks or months, these guys can really add some color to them. They should get a little bit darker. And it'd be great if these fish could reproduce too. I think we probably got a good shot at the least killifish reproducing, assuming I do get some males and females, because I'm not sure exactly what I got so far. And I think we got a very low chance of the bluefin killifish reproducing, but that chance is not 0, so hopefully that can also happen. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. Don't have too much else to say. I'll be doing probably monthly updates on this tank. Every first Tuesday of the month I'll be posting a new Tank Tuesday video, and then every Wednesday and Saturday will be regular fishing videos. So that's going to do it here. Check back in 1 month's time for an update on this. We'll see how these fish are doing. Hopefully they'll be thriving, and hopefully the plant's growing a little bit more and this thing looks even better than it does now. So I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys next time.